I have a question for you, and this question is, are you trying to do it without spirituality in your life? You might be in the situation where, like millions of people on this planet, you can no longer relate to the religions and the practice that you see around you. And when you see your parents going to church or to the mosque or uh, to any other form of practice, you think this is not for me. I cannot relate to that, and it's okay. You know, the thing that tends to happen is that the moment you reject religion altogether, very often you reject spirituality as well. It means that you associate the two of them in your mind. And the truth is that religion and spirituality are two very different things. You can be a very spiritual person and not be religious at all. So, a religion is an organized system of beliefs, practices, which is manifested somewhere on this planet. It's created by humans. Spirituality is something more universal. It's something that is there on the planet all the time, and it has to do with the connection that we have with our own spirit, with our own life force. So, if you cannot relate to the religions of the world, if you cannot relate to any form of practice, ritual that you see around you, it doesn't mean that you have to reject spirituality altogether. And if you do reject spirituality in your life, something might happen that makes life more difficult. And let me explain a little bit what I mean. On this planet, I believe that you have forces, certain qualities, certain energies which are manifested within certain systems. For instance, power is associated a lot with politics and business. Happiness, joy, community, a sense of connections, a sense of purpose. All these things are very often associated with your spiritual dimension in your life. And the moment you reject spirituality, is like you reject a whole chunk or aspect of existence that you might not be able to get somewhere else. And yes, for instance, joy and happiness, you can get it within community, within family, within friendship, within your own, inner, inner sense of emotions or quality that you might find internally. But the point is that you have a whole stream, rivers of energy which are manifested on this planet, which are associated with what we call spirituality. It feels like this is the place where a lot of that is being channeled. And the moment you cut yourself out of that, the moment you cut yourself out of any form of spirituality in your existence, you might cut yourself out from a whole lot of gifts and a whole lot of powerful energies, realizations, awareness, joy, happiness that you might have received otherwise. It is a little bit like deciding to go through a desert, without water, or trying to live in the modern world without a cell phone or the internet. It's basically, it can make life more complex, harder, a little bit harsher, these kind of things. And I'm not saying this is not an absolute rule, okay? You can totally embrace life and all its qualities without consciously invoking spiritual vibration and spiritual energies into your life. But I see that a lot within the coaching that I'm doing. It is that very often I see people wanting certain qualities, and those qualities are right there, available within the spiritual stream, but they do reject these qualities because they associate them with a given spiritual tradition. And the point is that spirituality is universal. Before it was manifested in religious forms, in given human creations and human systems, these are universal qualities. For instance, a sense of joy that you can feel when you are in nature, this sense of connection with nature, is something that is universal. You can feel it in any place around the world, in any tradition, it doesn't belong to a certain given system or tradition, and it doesn't belong to a certain, a certain religion. It is universal. The same with the sense of joy and happiness that you can experience. But the point is that when you look at life and you basically cut yourself from the possibility of existence of forces and powers which are greater than ourselves, greater than simply the human beings. That there is something vaster out there beyond our own sense of individuality. Then, when you cut yourself from that reality, basically you are cutting yourself from a whole lot of gifts and streams and possibilities. And it is still doable, right? It is still something that, an existence that you can enjoy, but sometimes the gifts are right there, right next to you, and the only thing that you need to do is to go and grab them, to go and get them. But to do that, sometimes you need to accept the fact that there is something vaster, greater, that goes beyond our human comprehension, and that has the power to fulfill and fill our lives with powerful energies. But so when you sit down and you consciously invoke these forces, for instance, you say something like, I ask the universe to help me, or I ask the absolute to come into my life, or I need more joy in my existence, please help me. What you are doing is like you are invoking consciously forces that are greater than yourself, and you are simply asking for help. It is like a form of prayer, but again, not a religious prayer. It's like a communication that you establish with the absolute, or with forces which are vaster. And this is what I wanted to tell you. If you cut yourself from that, this is not a warning, it's not a threat. It's possible to make it, but it's like deciding to live in a big city without ever entering into a food shop or a supermarket. It is challenging. It is more challenging to get food. It is more challenging to get the ingredients that you need to cook, to prepare meals. So with spiritual dimension, it is a little bit the same. There are lots of things that are given within spiritual streams that are essential qualities that we need in our being, and eventually you might be able to get them somewhere else, but it is simply harder, tougher sometimes to do that. And so that's simply a thought that came to my mind. And if you want to simplify your life, simply accept the fact that there are forces out there that are ready to help you to come into your life and to manifest themselves into your existence with great power and love. And the moment you do that, the moment you realize that, then you will notice that you might unleash something. So probably at least 50% of the people who are watching this video are already practicing these things, I'm sure. But there are still maybe a few people out there who are missing this opportunity to connect with those forces because they don't like the idea of religion. And I'm saying that again, this is different than religion. We're not talking about religion. We are talking about something which is universal, which is a universal connection with the forces, powerful forces and energies which are out there. That's it. That's my thought from today. Greetings from Badrinath in the middle of the Himalayas here in India. Powerful hotspot, vortex of energy, 3,000 meters in beautiful mountains. It's a bit gray today, but the sun was shining just an hour ago. Blessings to you. Take care. Bye-bye.